morning, everyone. Are you ready for another Open the Book story? Well, last week we heard how Joseph's father and 11 brothers came to live with him in Egypt so they could have enough food to eat. Those brothers married and had many children. Those children had children, and so on, until there were thousands of Israelites in Egypt. The king of Egypt, who was called the Pharaoh, did not like this at all. He made them work as slaves for him, and many of them worked hard making bricks to build houses and palaces. You find me this morning on the banks of the river Nile, in amongst the reeds. So let's open the book and hear what happened to one particular family. Today's story is called The Secret Baby. Joseph's family grew and grew in Egypt, and within a few generations there were so many of them they almost outnumbered the Egyptians themselves. The king of Egypt was not happy. He addressed his soldiers.
There are too many Israelites in Egypt. If we're not careful, there will soon be more of them than us. So I have a plan. I want you to kill every baby Hebrew boy.
When they heard the news, some Hebrew mothers cried. Some Hebrew mothers ran. But this baby's mother was clever. She placed her baby son in a basket and hid him in the reeds by the riverbank, praying that no one would notice. The baby's big sister, Miriam, watched over him from the riverbank, and God watched over him too. Soon, who should walk by but the daughter of the king of Egypt? She had come to the river to bathe, and, hearing the cry of a baby, she soon spotted the basket hidden among the reeds. Miriam hid her eyes as she saw the princess look into the basket. She couldn't bear to watch, but God was still watching. What a surprise the princess got when she saw the baby boy and, scooping him up out of the basket, she declared,
"This must be one of the Hebrew babies, hidden from my father's soldiers. Isn't he sweet? Shh, baby boy. I shall call him Moses. But I will need a serving woman to feed him and look after him for me."
And that's when God nudged the baby's big sister, just enough so that she'd jump up from where she'd been hiding.
"A serving woman? I know a serving woman who can help you."
"Well, then, girl, fetch her for me, fetch her."
And God just smiled, for now little Moses would be raised by his own mother, taught the Hebrew ways, and be ready for that day when God would use him to set his people free. And that's the end of our story. I hope you enjoyed that story, everyone. And so Moses escaped from the cruel soldiers. Wasn't it amazing how it all worked out so well? For now, he was safe, being brought up by his own mother, together with the princess. But that was God's plan for him. Next week, we'll hear all about what happens to Moses. The story says that God had special plans for baby Moses for when he grew up. I wonder what will happen in your life as you grow up. Let's close our eyes for a moment and think about that.
Now, I'm going to say a prayer, and if you want to make it your prayer, you say Amen at the end after me. Dear God, thank you that even though Moses was only a little baby, you had a special plan for him. Thank you that you have a special plan for everyone. Please watch over us as we grow up. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks so much, everyone. We really hope that you enjoyed that story and are looking forward to finding out what will happen to baby Moses as he grows up. But for now, we're going to end with a song, and it's one that makes me think about the difference between the king and the princess. It was obvious that the princess had a very kind heart and wanted to help protect baby Moses, even though she knew she was going against her father's orders. So until next week, let's sing Love in My Heart. Until then, bye-bye. Bye.